Hey guys, we are jumping right into this, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the No Hype 12-month ceramic coating from Black Rhino. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to go a little bit heavier with this product because it does help me to see it. You don't want to necessarily skimp. We're also going to try holding our softbox light up over so that you can see the coating, because it is a little bit difficult to see on this color paint. You really need to just be very thorough with the application. That's why we always do up and down, side to side, crosshatch pattern for even application. I can see it rainbowing a little bit. It might not necessarily show up on camera, but you can see a little bit of that rainbowing going on. So you can see kind of the haziness from our application. On a darker colored vehicle, this is going to look completely different. In fact, it might be very easy to see it on a darker colored vehicle, but you can kind of see that 50-50 where we stopped and started. So again, lighting is going to help you, but I don't want too much lighting. When I turned off too much of my lights, I couldn't see it all. So we're just gonna play with it. But when it comes to removing it, you just wanna be very thorough. It's almost muscle memory. Just make sure you go beyond the workspace that you applied it in. And I can see that it is all but starting to evaporate on our edges. So we're gonna go ahead and level. So we've got our two towels. It's not grabby at all. Very easy to work with. That's one thing that I have always enjoyed about Black Rhino and now their No Hype ceramics is that they are very user-friendly. I've not encountered one coating that wasn't really fun and easy to work with. But you can see when we were leveling, we went beyond the area that we applied it to. Even over here, I didn't apply any coating, but that's just going to help ensure that we don't miss anything, that we don't have high spots. So it might be a little difficult to see this coating on a lighter colored vehicle because it's more of a hazing coating. But realistically, if you have the right lighting, and just take your time. We might have to work section by section just to make sure it doesn't evaporate on us. As a detailer, this is not necessarily my favorite color to work on. It's really hard to see swirls and scratches, but sometimes it's really hard to get that satisfying pop in the color. So hopefully when we're done applying the coating to this vehicle, that's where we're gonna really see this silver color pop. So the owner of No Hype Ceramics owns a second line Black Rhino car care. I've done a ton of reviews on their products on this channel over the last few years. The 3-year No Hype ceramic coating is actually the equivalent to the Black Rhino graphics coating, and this ceramic coating is actually the equivalent to the Black Rhino fat bead ceramics. Both of those I'm actually testing on my Subaru Outback. Both are performing really well. The 12-month option, though, I think is a really affordable option for those of you that maybe you just want to see if a ceramic coating is right for you. You can see as we're applying it to the sunroof, if you're working on a darker vehicle, you're going to very easily be able to see the ceramic, see that rainbowing come in and easily level and remove. So it's extremely user-friendly, perfect for the beginner or the enthusiast that maybe you don't want a multi-year ceramic coating. Maybe your vehicle is parked outside and you're questioning if it's the right type of vehicle to put a ceramic coating on. This is a coating that is going to help you protect your vehicle and not be a huge investment for you to kind of test the waters. Now I did apply this to a larger section to kind of push the coating to its limits, and I think I did find its limit. We obviously were kind of working within a 2-minute gap to apply, and then obviously from the time that you start applying and then end applying, that's going to be your flash time. So I think 2 minutes, it did kind of let it dry on there. But if you were to let it sit on there a little bit longer than you should, it's not difficult or tedious to remove. Some professional grade coatings, you let it sit on there and kind of evaporate, you're gonna be breaking out your polisher to remove those high spots. So this is very forgiving. If it did dry on there, maybe we worked too far of a section, you can just go over it a couple more times with your towel. You're not having to scrub aggressively, just kind of go over it and it will remove that kind of dried appearance. But you wanna let it sit on there as long as possible. So again, play with that window. On a lighter colored vehicle, it's kind of difficult to see if it's flashed off or hazed up. So I'm finding kind of within that 45 seconds to a minute window is ideal. Realistically working like one section at a time Whenever I'm applying coatings, I like to work body line to body line. That's my section. So this would be one section, and then I would basically take this whole back bumper, go straight down and kind of work half. Realistically, when applying coatings, you don't want to overwork the section. You'll notice that I did apply fresh product about every 3x3 section. So kind of applied, this is one section, applied, this is one section. So it does a nice job on trim. So you can see we applied several times to our applicator, and then we leveled. So for those of you that maybe you want to have just an easier experience, just kind of work on one body section at a time versus trying to kind of chomp off more than you can chew. But if you do, you're not going to have to really stress. You can just kind of go over it gently with your towel a little bit more just to remove that dried appearance.
If you're working on a lighter colored vehicle like me, grays, silvers, maybe in dark grays, they can be very difficult to see the ceramic coating, especially this one. So I did find that I was going a little bit heavy with the ceramic coating, was getting a little nervous that I was going to run out, but we're near the tail end here. You can see we're working panel by panel, dividing it in half. Once we're done applying ceramic coating to the entire panel, we're going to come in and level. You'll notice in the background, I'm using a softbox light that really helps reduce the stress of high spots because that helps you visually see any sort of kind of smudges, smears, or leftover solution that could potentially become a high spot. So for those of you that are looking to make the ceramic coating process more stress-free, I highly recommend getting a softbox light like this because it will make the ceramic coating application process so much easier and enjoyable.
All right, so we are all done applying our no hype 12-month ceramic coating to this vehicle. Some things that I learned after working with this product for the first time that I want to pass along to you guys. Obviously, it's going to be very user-friendly. I was able to get around this entire vehicle in about 35-40 minutes, so that's really great as far as ease of application. My biggest caveat with working with this product was that I struggled to see it actually on the panel, and so I felt like I was going heavier with reapplication on my pad. Normally, once your pad is good and primed, you just have to do kind of a steady stream of product. And while I could have done that with this, when I did just a steady stream, I was struggling to actually see it. It felt like it was not being applied at all or that it evaporated. So I went heavier just to be able to see it. But that also runs the risk of you running out of product and not having enough for the vehicle. Now, out of a 30 milliliter bottle, you can see how much I have left. So I barely had enough to finish this vehicle. So if you have a truck or a larger vehicle or a ton of porous trim, you might want to purchase a second bottle. But if you have a sedan, a mid-size SUV, one bottle should be enough to get around the vehicle. But again, if you're struggling with knowing how much, I would just say, make sure you're aware of how much you have in the bottle. Like I did, peel the sticker back so you can see, because you don't want to necessarily go so heavy that you run out of product and don't have enough to get around the vehicle. Now, as far as maintenance goes with this coating, Brad did say if it is dry, you can technically release it immediately to the customer. Ideally, you want to keep it dry for 12 to 24 hours. So if rain is in the horizon, I would say keep it at least 12 hours just to give the coating a fighting chance to properly bond and cure with the clear coat before exposing it to water. If you do see water in the first 7 days of the coating's life, I always tell customers, ideally if you have a leaf blower or some way to blow that freestanding water off the vehicle, that will help prevent water spots from setting up in the coating as it's kind of in that baby stage of curing. After 7 days, it's safe to wash, but you want to try to avoid any sort of detergents or solvents the first 7 days, again, just to give that coating a fighting chance to really bond and cure with your clear coat. But other than that, honestly, really delightful product to work with. I've worked with some that were super difficult to work with. I've worked with some coatings that were a dream. I would say it was kind of in that perfect spot in between. Would it be a different experience with a different color? Certainly. But for those of you that maybe you do have a lighter colored vehicle, hopefully these tips will help make the application process easier and just help you troubleshoot some of the caveats that you might encounter with a coating like this. Not every coating is going to have the exact same experience, and not every colored vehicle is going to have the exact same experience. So hopefully we'll be able to work with their 3-year coating soon. For those of you that want to see a closer look at either black rhino coatings or the no hype ceramics, make sure you hit the subscribe and follow button down below. If there's a specific product from them that you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section down below.
So you want to hear something crazy? I just got a message from Brad, the owner of No Hype Ceramics and Black Rhino Car Care. They're only going to be making 75,000 bottles of their No Hype ceramic coating, and at that point, they are then going to give the company away to one lucky customer. For every bottle of ceramic coating that is sold, you actually get entered for a chance to win the company. Like, sounds too good to be true, but it's not. And not only that, but the profits from every bottle of ceramic coating that is sold actually goes to a single mom to help her purchase a bigger home for her family. Affordable, made in the USA, user-friendly products. What's not to love, folks? So we're going to put the coupon codes for both Black Rhino and No Hype ceramic coatings in the video description box down below for those of you that want to save even more money. But for those of you that want to enter for a chance to win that company, go ahead, buy a bottle, buy a couple. Maybe you'll have a better chance of winning the company. But Brad, like, what is the matter? Do you not like making money? I mean, it's kind of crazy, guys. But go ahead. You might own this company one day. Who knows? Thank you to Brad for sending me these products to test out and demonstrate for you guys. This wasn't a sponsored video, but if you do purchase a bottle of this coating using my coupon code, you're entered for a chance to not only win a company, but also $750 for yourself. And you also are helping a mom purchase a home for her family. So thank you guys for your support, for purchasing products like this using the affiliate links. That really helps support this channel. I normally don't get paid for any of these videos. And so anytime you guys use affiliate links, that helps give me a little bit of commission just to help kind of me continue to purchase products and make great videos like this for you guys. But here is the finished results of our Lexus after applying the 12-month No Hype ceramic coating. Customer was extremely happy with how the coating turned out, how we were able to make this silver paint pop. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this closer look, and we will see you in the very next detail.